31 verse 24, "Be strong, and let your heart take courage, all you who wait for the Lord."
That's the message of the Mount of Transfiguration. When God said, "This is my beloved Son, in whom I'm well pleased, listen to him." You see, the disciples had the problem what's called selective hearing. Maybe you don't know what selective hearing is. I didn't know it till my 16-year-old teenager taught it to me one day. He said, "Dad, sometimes teenagers don't hear what parents say." I said, "For example?" "Oh," he says, "easy. Cut the grass, we're stone deaf. Take out the garbage, stone deaf. Clean up your room, stone deaf. Put your dirty clothes in the dirty clothes hamper, stone deaf. Take your plate off the table and put it in the sink, stone deaf." Some of you ladies think you're married to a teenager now, don't you? In other words, sometimes we don't hear what we want to hear. Why? Because it goes against who we would rather like to be.
Keith Lancaster here from Praise and Harmony TV. Again, we learn to sing harmony by ear. So imagine if you've just had a class where you've sat with other people singing your voice part, and you've been immersed in that part, you've used the training video, and you've been introduced to singing that harmony part. What better way to follow up on that? Repetition is the key to learning, so why not work on that daily with an app in your hand, on your laptop or your tablet, on your TV? You could daily listen to that part. That's why we have produced materials, videos with just the alto only, just the tenor only, just the bass only, just the soprano only. So you can learn and follow up on that class during the week and learn to sing harmony. Work on it every day. I will praise the Lord all my life. I will sing praise to my God as long as I live.
Everything from joy to apprehension, from love to a need for God to bring justice against their enemies and those that would oppress them. From fear to confident trust that God would take care of them. From expressing questions that they had about what God was up to in the world, to answers that they had confidently received from God as He had watched over them. So they had varied themes and varied authors, but most of all, they served as reminders to Israel. Particularly on these three feast days, they represented and embodied some great theological themes that Israel believed and worked to practice. For example, in the spring, as they traveled up to Jerusalem for observance of the Passover and all that went with the sacrifices, the themes of these songs were those of redemption.
See, there are two leadership models out there. There's the old-fashioned leadership model, been around since the world began, and really what this is a boss mentality. It's leadership by strength, power, and complete intimidation over other people. This has been around ever since the world began. This is exactly what a slave and a slave master relationship is. This is what a boss in a company is when he is a tyrant to his people. This is wrong. This isn't good. The other kind of leadership is mentoring. This is when a leader comes up along beside and shows but never shoves the people that they're leading. And this is kind of what we're talking about here with this common ground approach. We've got to establish common ground.
The Bible is a very fascinating book, but it might not be the book you think it is. I'm a scientist and a pastor, and people will look at me and they'll say, "Well, don't you have to decide?" And the answer is no. No, for many centuries, scientists have been believers and believers have been scientists. And in our current situation, we find, yes, a lot of scientists are not believers. But that seems to be more a condition of geography than you might realize. In Japan and in other very well-educated Eastern cultures, people with PhDs in science are far more likely to believe in God than the common people on the street. In our nation and in most of Western Europe, that's reversed. And the reason has a lot more to do with the way we select in universities who's allowed to go forward.
Now, it is a serious and foreboding thing foreboding activity, if you will, to approach God. The Israelites discovered that when they were at Mount Sinai. There were powerful manifestations at Mount Sinai. The Hebrew writer has alluded to those. It's in Exodus 20:16. You can read about some of the things that were happening that were frightening God's people. Even though Mount Sinai was working in that moment as a portal, so to speak, that was connecting God in heaven with his people on earth, there were these manifestations of God's glory and holiness that were scary. So there was thunder, and there was lightning, and there was a cloud, and smoke, and an earthquake, and there was a sound of a loud trumpet. And it got so scary that even Moses was afraid, that he was terrified. And the people asked Moses, hey, don't let God speak to us anymore, because they were afraid that they might die.
Hi, I'm Melissa Lancaster, and I want to welcome you to Praise and Harmony TV. Here on this app or website, whichever you're using, you'll find countless videos on how to sing, vocal care, music theory, training for individual songs, and learning harmony parts, music videos and lyric videos for your church to stream, children's content, and so much more. We're adding new content every day, so be sure to take a look around and be sure to sign up for your 3-day free trial.
All night, all day, angels watching over me, my Lord. All night, all day, angels watching over me.
Well, I went down to the valley to pray.
Angels watching over me, my Lord.
My soul was so happy that I stayed all day.
Angels watching over me.
Oh, we're singing all night,
all day. Angels watching over me, my Lord.
singing all night, and all day.
All day. Angels watching over me.
Now when my heart is sad and blue,
angels watching over me, my Lord.
call on him to see me through.
Angels watching over me.
Can't help but sing it
all night,
sing it all
day. Angels watching over me, my
God, I'm
Lord.
singing all night and all day.
All day. Angels watching over me.
Well, if you get there before I do,
angels watching over me, my Lord.
tell all my friends I'm a-coming too.
Angels watching over me.
Oh, I'm singing
all night
and all day.
All day. Angels watching over me, my Lord.
All night,
all night
and all day.
All day. Angels watching over me.
I'm singing all night and all day.
All day. Angels watching over me, my Lord.
All night and all day.
All day. Angels watching over me.
Praise God, he's got his
angels watching over me.
over me.
Angels watching over me.
All of the glory.
Announcing Praise and Harmony TV. PNH TV is the inspirational way to fill your life with music videos of brand new songs of worship and hymns. PNH TV also provides masterclass education for beginners to learn fundamentals of music, as well as the quickest method to easily learn how to sing harmony, featuring hundreds of videos which isolate one harmony voice part at a time for ease of learning.
I know the Lord will find a way for me.
Hear fascinating history of classic hymns of the faith. Enjoy videos of Christian singing group Acappella, including vintage material from The Vault.
We bow down and we crown you the King we
Be blessed by full-length music videos of the International Ministry of the Praise and Harmony Singers. Share children's videos as well as songs for teens by Regen Harmony. Praise and Harmony TV also features documentaries of behind-the-scenes events, including a specialized podcast for song leaders.
There were no God.
P&H TV contains resources for a wide variety of assemblies, including videos specifically designed for worship services, weddings, funerals, and special holiday events. New content will be added every month. Sign up today for the annual plan and save big money. Praise and Harmony TV is here.